Alright, once again, I am back at it. I am playing a game on Arena, and then I am talking about it afterwards. Once again, I am playing my Blue-White Angels deck. It's the only deck that I'm using right now. I'm kind of grinding with it, even though I know it's not doing very well, but I want to keep playing with it because I actually use a version of that in Paper Magic, and I'm just trying to get so familiar with this deck that I'm making the right play at the right time. And as you can tell from my other videos, I really struggle doing that. So let's watch this match. Here we go. Let's see, what can we do? Alright, so I just don't have enough land. I only have one. So, and I know my opponent's going first, so I know I'm going to get a card. So I mulligan. Decided to put the... I got two Desert Beach, but I know they can come in at some point. And I got my 2-drop Angel. And I have a Fading Hope, which gives me something to do. So I've got options, and that's exciting. Need a plane, so I go grab it. It's the first thing I do. Alright, so I haven't actually seen this kind of deck before. It looks like it's a zombie deck. Or a Phyrexian deck. It's zombie Phyrexian, it's doing something. So anyways, I bring up Gyata. It's not usually the best thing I want to do. I usually want to do the one that gives legendaries ward, especially when I know they have black mana. But this was surprising. I did not expect the Annex Sentry to come out. And it did, and it grabbed my Gyata. So then they swing for 2. Alright, I got another land. It's not great. I can play it, though. I can play all 3 of those lands, and I get blue or white mana. This wasn't the right move. Alright, I should... Because it just puts it back in its hand, and he could have cast it again. That was a mistake on my part. I really should have been playing and hoping I have something like a destroy stuff. So then they do go for the throat and pop out my Gayata. Don't cast the Annex Sentry because I got nothing on the board, and instead pull this creature out with Menace that just keeps pumping up the creatures around it. So at this point I have 4 land. Decided to play my life, and this is what I should have had before I played Gayata, but it is what it is. If they have another Go Through the Throat in their hand, I know it's not going to go after that. Oh great, we have Shelly. Shelly gets instantly pumped up to 5/6 because it's a Phyrexian. At this point, I feel like I'm going to lose this game. Just looking the cards, making sure nothing has menace or anything like that. Just block that, get 1 life next turn. Looking at my options. Decide to draw, knowing that's going to cost me life. Play a land, so I have my 5 lands in play. Decide I need to try to get a Destroy Evil, or something, Fading Hope, something. And this is perfect. I got exactly what I was looking for. And so I can destroy it before I lose the 2 life. I do lose the 1 for the other one, but that's something. I got something. Now I know I have the Annex Sentry in their hand. I know they've got something in place. I've got no available mana. I've got 2 things in my hand. There's not much I can do. Another Annex comes out. Gets rid of my lifelinker. 3/3 at 2/2, etc. No blocks. I'm just going to take the damage, going down to 7. So I've got some options. I've got some thoughts I could do here. I've got 5 mana available. I've got a 4-drop and 2 3-drops. Decide to play the Emperor. Now, as you can see, I try to get the Annex because I forget that it has to be exile tap creature. So again, I made a mistake. Alright, not paying attention really to the character. But I was able to exile something. But again, not my best. And so he just cast another one in the play. Now he's flooding the board, trying to get everything big. And I've really got nothing on the board. And I let it go. I go down to 3 life. I pull a Surge of Salvation, and that's great. And they didn't kill my Wandering Emperor. I think that was a misplay on their part. They're trying to kill me first. So I pump that up to a 3-2. I've got 5 mana available. Because I do that, then the ability for the Celestial Regulator gets to go, where I can lock up one of their creatures. So I've got 2 blockers. I've got available mana for a Surge. And they only had... Right? And so I let them resolve. They bring in the Annex Sentry. They're going to target my creatures. I instead am going to now give them Surge so none of my creatures can be targeted. So at this point, they could have attacked. They chose not to. And that was a big mistake. So I'm going to play a land. Now I have 6 mana available. Play this as my only creature left in my hand. And what do I have on top of my deck? I got another Gaiata. And I also they have a creature that is tapped. So I'm going to tap that one, grab that sucker back. So now I have another blocker. And they got nothing but trample. Put in another Gaiata. No attacks. Now I have enough blockers, but my blockers will die. Like, they should have flooded me that one turn. They should have attacked that one turn before, and they didn't. Right? So I'm just going to cast things off the top of my library. Another thing off the top of my library. That one gets big. Get another land. So now I have a bunch of creatures on board. I've got things that they can kill. I decided to then tap. Now I have a 6-5 and a 7-8, and now I can kill their attackers. So I have out, in just 2 turns, because they didn't attack that one turn, I have now more creatures than they do, and they can't win. So they give up. So looking back on this is a game I shouldn't have won. It really, really isn't a game I should have won. They should have attacked that one time. They were just waiting. They were being a little bit hesitant. Wanted to see what I had next, which was nothing. But then I was able to get my deck to do what I wanted to do, which is to play cards, angel cards, and flyers off the top of my deck, to then have them enter the play, and when they enter the play, they enter the play large, which then provides me buffer for any creatures that are going to attack me, but also then allows me to go over the top through flyers to kill them. So this is where my deck actually survived. It survived primarily because of the way it was designed, but also because of the misplays by my opponent. And also, I think in this game, I actually performed pretty well. I played the right spots, except for early part, again, with the mana issue. But I think I played okay throughout this game and pulled out the W.